CeCe Winans stands as one of the most influential figures in modern gospel music, a woman whose name is often placed at the very top of discussions about the genre's greatest voices. Her legacy has been built over decades of consistent artistry, spiritual conviction, and widespread acclaim, making her a defining presence in both religious and mainstream musical spaces. With multiple Grammy Awards, Dove Awards, and a career that spans generations, she has become more than a singer. She represents a cultural and spiritual standard for many listeners around the world. Yet in recent years, her public image has been shaped not only by her music but also by broader conversations about politics, identity, and the expectations placed on public figures of faith. These tensions have created a more complicated narrative around her life and career, one in which artistic achievement and public interpretation now intersect in increasingly sensitive ways. The story surrounding her is no longer just about songs or albums, but about the pressures that come with being viewed as a symbol in a divided cultural landscape where every action can be interpreted through multiple political and social lenses. Roots in the Winans family and early musical formation. CeCe Winans was born into the renowned Winans family in Detroit, Michigan, a family widely regarded as one of the most influential dynasties in gospel music history. Growing up in such an environment meant that music, faith, and ministry were not separate concepts but deeply intertwined aspects of everyday life. From an early age, she was immersed in church traditions, choir performances, and the discipline of vocal excellence that would later define her career. The Winans family itself produced multiple successful gospel artists, and this environment naturally shaped her understanding of both musical professionalism and spiritual responsibility. Her early exposure to live performance and church audiences helped her develop a voice that was both technically refined and emotionally expressive. These formative experiences were not simply about talent development, but about building a foundation rooted in faith-based storytelling through music. This background would later become essential in defining her artistic identity, allowing her to connect with audiences across generations while maintaining a strong sense of purpose and authenticity that would carry through her entire career. Breakthrough with BB and CeCe Winans and gospel recognition. CeCe Winans first achieved national recognition through her collaboration with her brother BB Winans in the duo BB and CeCe Winans. Their partnership marked a significant moment in gospel music history, as they brought contemporary sound, emotional depth, and mainstream appeal to a genre that was often considered niche in the broader music industry. Their success included chart-topping albums and groundbreaking commercial milestones that helped bring gospel music into wider public awareness. The duo's ability to blend traditional gospel themes with modern production made them accessible to both religious and secular audiences. This period also established CeCe as a powerful vocal force in her own right, capable of carrying emotionally complex performances that resonated deeply with listeners. Their success helped redefine what gospel music could achieve commercially and artistically, opening doors for future artists in the genre. It also positioned CeCe Winans as a major figure in the evolution of gospel music, setting the stage for a solo career that would further elevate her status in both religious and mainstream cultural spaces. Solo career expansion and record-breaking achievements. After achieving success as part of a duo, CeCe Winans launched her solo career with a level of impact that confirmed her staying power as an individual artist. Her debut solo work quickly gained critical acclaim and commercial success, marking her transition from group performer to independent gospel powerhouse. Over time, she released multiple albums that not only topped gospel charts but also achieved significant streaming and sales milestones. Her voice became associated with consistency, emotional sincerity, and spiritual depth, qualities that allowed her to maintain relevance across changing musical landscapes. With numerous Grammy Awards and other honors added to her name, she became one of the most decorated female gospel artists in history. Her work extended beyond music recordings into live performances, collaborations, and ministry leadership, further strengthening her influence. This period of her career solidified her position as a leading voice in gospel music, but it also increased public expectations. As her fame grew, so did the scrutiny placed upon her personal decisions and public appearances. setting the stage for future controversies tied not just to her music, but to her perceived public identity. Cultural symbolism and the weight of public expectation. As CeCe Winans' career expanded, she gradually became more than just a musical artist. She became a symbolic figure representing faith, integrity, and artistic excellence within gospel music. This symbolic status brought both admiration and pressure, as audiences began to associate her not only with her music but also with broader expectations of moral and cultural alignment. For many fans, she represented a model of Christian artistry that was expected to remain consistent in both public and private expression. This created a situation where even neutral or personal actions could be interpreted as having broader cultural meaning. In this context, her public image became increasingly complex, as audiences projected their own beliefs and expectations onto her identity. The pressure of maintaining a flawless public perception is particularly intense for figures in faith-based industries, where moral consistency is often expected to extend beyond artistic performance. As a result, CeCe Winans found herself in a position where her influence carried both reverence and scrutiny, shaping the way her actions were interpreted in highly polarized social environments. The 2020 COVID-19 public health campaign controversy. One of the most widely discussed moments in CeCe Winans' recent public life came in 2020, when she participated in a public health campaign during the COVID-19 pandemic. The campaign, which included messaging about safety measures such as mask usage and health precautions, was part of a broader government initiative aimed at addressing pandemic-related concerns. Her involvement became controversial due to the political timing and association with the administration in office at the time. Critics argued that her participation carried unintended political implications, especially given her influence within the Black Christian community. Supporters of the campaign, however, viewed her involvement as a straightforward public health contribution, intended to encourage safety during a global crisis. The controversy escalated rapidly on social media, where interpretations of her intentions varied widely. Some viewed her participation as neutral and humanitarian, while others saw it as politically charged. CeCe Winans responded by clarifying that her involvement was focused on health awareness rather than political endorsement. But the debate highlighted how easily public actions can be reframed in politically sensitive environments, particularly when influential cultural figures are involved. Public reaction, identity, and polarized interpretation. The reaction to the 2020 controversy revealed deeper tensions within fan communities and broader cultural discourse. Many supporters defended CeCe Winans, emphasizing her intent and her history of faith-driven outreach. Others, however, criticized her involvement as either politically naive or symbolically problematic. The intensity of the reaction reflected the highly polarized nature of public discourse during that period, where even non-political actions were often interpreted through political frameworks. Social media amplified these divisions, turning a single campaign appearance into a broader debate about identity, influence, and responsibility. For some observers, the issue was not the content of the message, but the context in which it appeared. This created a situation where CeCe Winans was positioned at the center of a conversation that extended beyond her control, involving questions about trust, representation, and cultural responsibility. The incident demonstrated how public figures, especially those with strong religious affiliations, can become focal points for larger societal debates that extend far beyond their original intentions or professional work. The 2025 Kennedy Center social media backlash. In 2025, CeCe Winans again became the subject of public debate following a social media post related to a family performance at a prominent cultural institution. Her post, which celebrated her sister's artistic achievement, was interpreted by some users as having political implications due to broader controversies surrounding the institution itself. What was intended as a personal expression of pride was quickly reframed by critics as a potential endorsement of a politically sensitive environment. This led to renewed discussions about her earlier controversies, with some users connecting the two events as part of a perceived pattern. Supporters argued that her post was purely familial and unrelated to political context, emphasizing that celebrating a sibling's success should not be interpreted as ideological alignment. The backlash highlighted once again how public interpretation can shift rapidly in digital environments, where context is often fragmented and narratives are shaped by broader cultural tensions. As with previous controversies, the incident reflected the challenges faced by public figures whose personal expressions are continuously analyzed through political and cultural lenses. Faith, neutrality, and the challenge of public positioning. At the core of the discussions surrounding CeCe Winans is a broader question about whether public figures of faith can truly remain neutral in politically charged environments. Her career has consistently reflected a commitment to spiritual messaging rather than political advocacy, yet the interpretation of her actions often extends beyond her stated intentions. This creates a complex dynamic where neutrality itself becomes a subject of debate. In highly polarized contexts, even silence or personal expression can be interpreted as alignment or opposition. For artists rooted in religious traditions, this tension is particularly pronounced, as their audiences often expect moral clarity alongside artistic output. CeCe Winans has generally maintained a focus on ministry and music rather than political commentary, which some view as consistency and others interpret as avoidance. This duality reflects a larger cultural challenge faced by many public figures who operate at the intersection of faith, media, and social expectation. The question is not only about what is said, but also about how meaning is constructed by audiences in an increasingly interconnected and reactive digital environment. Legacy, resilience, and continued artistic influence. Despite public controversies and shifting interpretations, CeCe Winans' career remains defined by sustained artistic success and widespread respect within the gospel music community. Her influence continues through new releases, live performances, and leadership within her faith community. The controversies that have emerged in recent years have not diminished her artistic output or her standing within the industry, but they have added layers of complexity to how her legacy is discussed. For many fans, she remains a symbol of excellence and spiritual integrity, while for others, she represents the challenges of maintaining neutrality in a polarized world. Her ability to continue working without significant interruption reflects a level of resilience that has characterized her entire career. Rather than altering her artistic identity in response to public pressure, she has largely continued along the path she has always followed, focusing on music and ministry. This consistency has become a defining feature of her public persona, reinforcing her position as one of the most enduring figures in contemporary gospel music. Conclusion and the continuing evolution of her story. The story of CeCe Winans is not one of decline or controversy alone, but of a long and evolving career shaped by both extraordinary achievement and complex public interpretation. Her legacy continues to grow through music that resonates across generations, even as her public image is periodically reframed by cultural and political debates. The controversies surrounding her highlight broader truths about the role of public figures in modern society, particularly those connected to faith-based communities. In an era where meaning is often shaped by rapid digital discourse, even personal expressions can take on unintended significance. CeCe Winans' experience reflects the challenges of maintaining artistic and spiritual consistency in a world that increasingly demands public positioning. Ultimately, her legacy remains anchored in her contributions to gospel music, even as ongoing conversations continue to shape how that legacy is understood. The future chapters of her career will likely continue to be interpreted through both her music and the cultural context in which it exists, ensuring that her story remains both influential and widely discussed.